Looks like I'm live again. See, is that working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. This will be my second live stream. If anyone comes to join, thanks for coming. I'll check back in every little while, see if there's something happening on the Facebook window. But right now I'm working on a small computer screen, so I won't really be able to check too often. If I can figure out some way to... Oh, hey, Joe Palismano and Rich Linville, thank you for joining. I'm working on this illustration right now. I'll be working on a few more after this. Not too good at this live streaming thing yet because it's my second try, but try to make it interesting anyway. I'm working on redrawing this character here because he looks kind of out of perspective. Is how I want to say it. I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of him for now with the grass. I think I'm gonna take something and paint over him, get rid of him completely, and draw him from scratch, which is not something I was hoping to do, but a whole bunch of extra work because I didn't draw him right. There we go. Now I have a little bit of extra space to work in. Hey, Archimedes, thanks for joining. I think that's how you say your name. I don't know how to pronounce anyone's name. Sorry. That's one of my cruxes. I don't know anything about what's going on with everyone's names in Facebook. I don't have video feed of them. If you want to know how to pronounce my name, that's Jeffrey Cameron Sir, but it's probably not too important right now. I'm not very good at drawing with the tablet yet. It doesn't look as I don't know. It doesn't give as clear as a drawing as I want it to. I can paint, but I can't make it draw how I want it to. I get little squiggly lines and all kinds of stuff. And I'm probably nervous because people are watching me try to draw this guy. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Let's... see. There we go. Hey, thanks for joining. There we go. Wrong window. There we go. Back to where I was working on. And let's see. Get his line in. Previously, everyone's faces were kind of pointy, and they almost looked like wolves or rats or something. Well, not on all the pictures, but there were quite a few illustrations where they had the wrong shape of face, and that's one thing I wanted to fix when I was redrawing this guy. That's not what I wanted there. There we go. Still want to fix that. The nozzle, it's going to take a little while to get the snout, the muzzle, right? But yeah, this is probably going to be the first time when I'm redrawing someone completely in front of you guys. Although I think I did a little bit of that with Captain Vega on my last live stream because he looked like a hot dog. But it wasn't as complete from the ground up. So I don't know how it's going to work out. It might take a lot longer to draw than I was expecting. Let's see. Yeah, she's He's too small. Start a little bit bigger so that it can have something to draw in. In scale. There we go. Yeah. What else is going on over here? I wonder if there's anyone watching. I don't know. So, okay. Pretty soon, I'm going to get myself stuck in a rut working on this thing. I don't know if anyone's still watching right now, because when I check back, it says that there's people who joined, and then I don't see anyone on the watching list. But yeah, I want to stop looking at that and worrying about that. But you have to move that head over here. So I've been making a little bit less progress on these illustrations over the last, since yesterday, because I started uploading them as puzzles, and now many of the illustrations can be purchased as puzzles, but it took a while to get them there. So here we go. He's got his eyebrows. I bet I'm going to redraw him entirely and then realize that he's out of perspective anyway. And that's going to make me really feel like I wasted a bunch of time. So, but I'll see what happens. I got worried about this one because I can't actually figure out how I want him to look. Kind of, Angelica's got this not entirely vertical position, and I want to do that with Alden Lift Dagger, but let's see if we can get him in the right position while I draw him without any. I'm not very good at I don't know what they call that. It's the thing where they draw out the shapes completely before they start drawing the actual picture. I'm not really good at doing that. I try to draw the picture. Once I got my version of what we call the shapes, then I start working on the details, but there probably is too many details in here to change anyway, although it's not that detailed. No, I don't like this. It doesn't look right. It's going to take a while. Let's see, this is taking a lot longer than I was expecting. But part of updating and fixing these illustrations and making sure they look good is learning experience each time. So this one, if he doesn't look right, redrawing him completely seems like a completely necessary thing to happen. So maybe I will try. I'll try and do that thing where we get basic shapes or something. How do I do that? I haven't learned it yet. Let's see. Maybe I can. Yeah. If we can get some idea of what kind of shapes that we want him to be in, then I can try drawing them. So let's see. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay. Now I have a visualization of what I want to do. I wonder if that helped. Who knows? Yeah. Everyone can watch how much of a noob I am at all these concepts that I haven't learned yet. So many things I need to learn. So that's fun. At least I don't have to pretend that I know everything. Huh? Then if I make something really cool, then at least we all know that I'm just getting really lucky. Let's see. Oh, his face is now too flat. Stretch it a little bit. Just that's much nicer than what I get on my pencil, because if I make a mistake on that, it's gone. I have to start over again. But yeah, and that's a thing I didn't like with this though, is if I stretch something, it gets more pixels that are halftone, but not completely drawn in there. But yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. This is the right shape. Exactly where he needs to be. How many whiskers did he have in the old version? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for consistency, let's give him 4 on this side. Let's see. I wonder if the 0 eyes is 0 eyes. Yeah, that was a joke. I put it in the comments. Wonder if the 0 eyes means something. What I've while I'm making this, there's probably not as many people watching it because I know everyone's busy. But I was just saying that because right now, what I'm doing, I don't know if it's interesting or not. We'll find out. Is that even fixing his perspective? I don't know. It looks like it's pretty much like the same thing going on here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably not ever going to be perfect, but yeah, that's too bad. Okay, so I haven't done too much resketching yet. The last time I did sketch these drawings, it was by pencil, so there were some little things that need fixing, and little fixes are easy. But doing this on the computer is just completely new to me. Fixing things that need to be drawing on the computer. Yeah, that's just so new to me. I could probably feel a little bit more comfortable about doing a light pencil sketch and then erasing it and stuff like that, than having this thick line that looks like I accidentally drew it wrong with the pen or something and then erasing it. But yeah, that's just me. I don't know how the proper way of doing things is anyway. That's why I gotta go and sign up for some kind of school when I'm done with these books. Let's see. Oh, this is a bunch of extra line that I don't need there. The line that I drew out was actually pretty good. It still needs a little fixing, but it's mostly the right shape. Okay, let's see. His arm is a little funky. Yeah. Oh well. So I don't know how the sound is going. Last time there wasn't any sound, or the sound was messed up. Hey, Greg, welcome. So there is one eye now. I see an eye. So I guess Greg is here. There we go. I'm writing it while reading it out. Whatever. I'm kind of crazy. Please do listen. I probably sound crazy anyway. So I don't know if it's very visible, but somewhere in the description, I've written that I've got my Wii U mic on. There's actually a movie playing in the background. I hope that's not making the sound all crazy, but I don't think it's going to affect it too much because it's far away from the mic. But who knows? Yeah. Okay. This is a lot better now. His hand is getting close to what it needs to be. Let's see. So for whoever sees this later on, this will probably be around forever. I don't know if someone will find it or not, but that's a different thing. But whoever sees this, I'm working on illustration 83 of The Great Adventures of Angelica, Cherryfur, Quercus Minora, and the 8 Elemental Stones. Book 1, Part 1, illustration 83. This is going to be a book that is pretty long. Originally, there was going to be 300 illustrations in the first book, but I have a deadline I need to meet with the original publication, and I'm going to have to make that be the part 1 of that. Some people probably already saw that on my Facebook and some other places, but yeah. The original publication will come out as part 1 of book 1 or volume 1. I have to decide what to name it. That I have received notification from some people that I should probably call it volume 1 instead of book 1, but we'll find out, I guess, whether the rewording is necessary or not. When I tried putting it up on KDP, well, I need to get my ISBNs first before I can actually do that. But when I tried putting information about it up on my KDP account, it seemed like it would make sense to put the book series in a different place than the actual title. So I put the book series as The Great Adventures of Angelica, Cherryfur, and put the title of the book actually Quercus Minora and the 8 Elemental Stones, part of volume 1, or there's a volume thing that you can choose there. So I guess volume 1 would be written there. Who knows though? We'll find out when I get a little bit closer to publication. At this point, unless someone wants to pick me up for like one of those huge publishing companies or something, I'm probably going to go self-publishing. And I think that'll work out pretty well because I have a lot of content related to the book that, like these illustrations, they're now available for as puzzles, even though the book's not even out yet. But there's puzzles that you can get now from Zazzle, which is a company that'll print custom designs. I have to figure out some other ways to do that, but Zazzle is what I have right now. And if anyone is interested, you can get the sizes that I have listed there. You can get other sizes that are resized versions, but I think some of the resized versions, as products, they probably get some image size loss when you order them in different sizes from what they're listed as. But if you want me to upload a different version of the same illustration as any of the products that are available on Zazzle, I just haven't done everything all by myself just yet because well, I have to work on this book. But if there's a product that you want to order from Zazzle from my illustrations, like a postcard or a puzzle from a different size or something, and you want me to resize the image, I have the original files and everything, so I can do that. I can even recolor some of the images so that they look like they're done at a different time of day or anything, if that's something that you want. But yeah, the puzzles are now available for the book, for the illustrations of the book. So I don't even think I'm going to put any more line work on him. Maybe, yeah, there we go. That's good. I'm going to make him so that he's not, I'm going to give him a color that's just completely unrelated to him for now. And that's because I want to be able to grab his colors and edit him. But before I edit him, I'm going to edit in the grass under him. Because the grass is going to be easier to do. Especially, I can just erase some of this green stuff if I really need to, because I have a layer below it with the same information in it. But we'll see. How am I going to do that? There's so many ways I could do it. It's not a one-way job. Okay. Okay, so there. So there. Right. I'll select that color. Go in and start erasing it. See how much of it I can erase without. No, there we brought back old zombie man. Well, he's not a zombie, but in that area now, we still have the area selected. So I can go in and basically grass out the area, put a bunch of grass in here. There's so many ways to draw grass. I haven't really figured out the best way. I've got brushes that help with that. I've done it with one little tiny brush. I've done all sorts of different methods to get it the way I want it to, but for now I'm just going to kind of put in some information over that squirrel who we don't need there because we already have a new version of him. And then I'll just go and lighten the brush a little bit. That looks a lot better. It's still not done yet, but yeah, like I said, it looks a lot better than it did a second ago. Put a bunch of different colors of grass so that we have grass with light on it, grass that's not having light on it because it's not in the light because of the other grass, you know, all that good stuff. Use some slightly darker colors. Let's see. Oh, there's Matt. Hey, welcome. That's cool. I have more viewers than I had a second ago, so hopefully eventually it'll get enough views that someone knows about what I'm doing. Although I don't think I'll be able to make something that's so amazing of a video anyway. I could try to do amazing artwork, but amazing video, that's something that's completely out of my level of influence. I don't know how to do this yet. no idea what I'm doing yet. So bear with me, like I said last time. I realized I could have done more talking last time probably and not sound boring as for audio channel, but I might actually sound a little annoying if I'm talking too much, but I don't know. I listen to Will Terry, Tyrus Gaucher, Jake Parker, and a few other people like Jonas Maya-Steger pretty often. So listening to people is something that I like doing anyway. Vlogs, live streams, all that kind of stuff is pretty fun to listen to for me. So I don't know how that is for my live stream because I'm not very good at this stuff yet. But all the pros are really interesting to listen to. So hopefully I can be interesting to listen to too. Grass ate the other one. Yeah. The other one is the old version of him. So it's a good thing that the grass was able to eat him because we didn't need him anymore, right? That's good. So at least it looks kind of like grass, hopefully. I'm hoping it looks like grass. That's good. I'm glad that it's recognizable as grass. So that's an interesting thing. There's some. I used a brush that I made, a couple of brushes that I made. One that has a bunch of rocks on it, and another that has sand that I drew in by hand, and tons of different layers of sand that are all on an animated image. So that if I can show what that looks like actually. Here's my sand one. It's pretty interesting. I'll put on paint so it looks more visible. If I move it around, it makes a whole bunch of kind of darkly colored sand, and I can make it smaller and make a whole bunch of sand here. I don't know if it really looks too good though, but it helps fill in areas that are supposed to look kind of like sand pretty quickly without spending too much time on them. I have this one that's supposed to be grass, but it looks pretty stupid. I used to use it a lot more, but I definitely don't use it with this heavy of a stroke anymore because it just doesn't look like grass. There's another one that was supposed to look like evergreen trees or something. That doesn't look very good either. So I haven't been using that very much, but I've made a couple custom brushes anyway. Oh yeah, the rocks. Where's the rocks? Is that rocks? No, that's rocks. There, I can make tons of rocks. The rocks don't actually look very bad. They don't cast any shadows, so that's a problem, but yeah. The reason why I don't want to talk about rocks is because those are drawn by the rock brush. Different brushes. Yeah, I could make more. There's a little black dot there that needs to go away. But no, I don't want to do that much. I won't draw any more rocks there right now. I'll just get rid of it with a smudging tool or something. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna look for little black dots that don't look like they match with the picture because I drew in these little pieces of grass on pencil before I even started digitally because I wasn't sure how I was gonna want to look out, but I want some guidelines, knowing that I was gonna be looking for drawing grass there. I want to know that it was going to be grass. So that's what I did. There we go. Now let's work on the Magus. Magus of light. No, not light. He's the Magus of life. I sound like an idiot not even knowing my own characters, but that's just because I'm super nervous on being on a live stream that people are always going to be able to see. But yeah, making stuff that people can see is something that has become an important realization. I can't just like making art. I have to make something that someone can see. Has to be visible, has to be grabbable. People have to be able to take it home if they want it. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to want my art, but you know, it needs to be there. I need to actually do something with it. Otherwise, that's my only really usable skill that I have any chance of ever making a living out of. And of course, I need to get better at it, but well, need to do something, huh? Anyway, here's that. Wonder how that's going. Wonder if that tool he's using could make a layer that looks like fire also. Yes, I can make a layer that looks like fire if I want to. I need to I could put a bunch of fire here just for fun. I have to get rid of it though, but I can make a brush that looks like fire, but I can also just use some acrylic brushes, or actually I'll use oil. I'll use oil. It's a brush that's already there. I'll use the paint one. There we go. Just kind of make fire out of nowhere. It doesn't look like fire yet, but you know, it takes a little while to draw stuff, paint stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oils. There we go. Don't spend too much time on making it, but making it look nice would be interesting, kind of fun. Oh no, that's too dark. Smudge that a little bit, change up the shape, give it more of an interesting shape. Put a little bit of brighter tones on the outside. Too much over here. Let's see. Over here, put a little bit of brighter yellow. And then that one, I could pretend to put some sticks down in there. Put some dark stuff in there. Okay, so that's not going to look too perfect for a while because I'm not really working hard on it. But I'm going to get rid of that. But yeah, I could make my own personally shaped fire and just make hundreds of different layers so that it can just paint out fire and make it look like fire. Just animate it so that whenever I paint it, it makes fire. However I want it to look. Let's see. So this is not good. A thing that I was trying to mention earlier, these it's got smudged when I resized his head. So when you get smudged, you get colors that aren't black and aren't white and whatever. They're not the actual colors that are supposed to be there. They're kind of like mid-tones. And I just smudged that again. That's another problem. I'm trying to create like a paintable surface, and I have things that are smudged. I get the wrong colors. I can't use color selection to get over them. And when I try to do bucket fill or something, I get some stupid color spots on the edges. But yeah. Let's see. It'd be nice if I could. Oh, thanks. Awesome fire. Yeah. I I've started to learn to make stuff like that. Because I have some fires in this. They're not the same shape as that one, but the fire that she's going to be casting in a few pictures from here. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but I'll be working on that soon. I don't know if it'll make it into a live stream, but yeah, there's a really cool ball of fire that I made that I need to work on a little bit, but yeah, his head has been, because it was resized, all of the areas around it are just fuzzy with little tiny stupid looking colors that aren't supposed to be there. And that doesn't make too much of a problem when it's already painted out and looks really nice, but when it's in the drawing stage and I resize something, it makes it really hard to paint on. Okay, that hasn't been resized, so that's good. His eyes don't look right when they're that color. We can start out with his eyes. Okay, let's start out with his eyes. There. So the thing about Magus Alden is he's the Magus of life. Original was calling them by themselves Magi, but that, I guess my dad told me that is a plural word, so I'm going to keep that with Magus. He's the Magus of life, and he, in his eyes, you can see a flower, because that's his specialty with elements he likes. All of the people who can have the ability to use magic in this, even with the elements that they specialize in, they have like little extra specialties. So his specialty is basically like plant life. He's the high magus of the secret valley of the Magi in Agrifolia, which is the country in Quercus Minora, the subcontinent where Princess Angelica Cherryfur is from. But he's the high magus of the I guess the Guild of the Magi. I haven't decided on a definite name for their group, but I'll call them the Guild of the Magi. There's some things that aren't going well with me with this eye, but yeah, let's see how this works out. We'll go back with this fuzzy brush here, then put some black in there, and put some white in there. It's been the first time in a while that I've been painting or drawing anything from the ground up for this book, but I've been doing a little bit of practices on some other stuff, but yeah. Okay. There's his eye. He looks kind of funny with only an eye rendered, but pretty soon he'll look like him. Let's see. His hand. He's got his hand guards on, bracers to protect him. I wonder who's watching. There's one person watching. There were two people a second ago. Several people joined a little while ago. I guess everyone's busy. I get worried that it's not interesting, but that's probably not the problem. Hopefully anyway. Who knows? Okay. I don't know if it's his problem. Angelica seems like she's mostly in the right position, but something seems kind of odd. I'm not going to fix her though, because I might fix her tail a little bit. I don't know. I have to think about it. Anybody, let me know in the comments if there's something that they see that I should fix, if I'm able to see that. Although I don't know if the comments will make it by the time I'm done. It would be perfect. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. There we go. So right now I'm working on getting the colors just right on his robe. Get a few shadows in there, a little bit of light in there. Originally, I was using light, black and white for lighting, and that was a real big mistake. Although I probably need to use some darker tones than I've been using for some things. But I like using light tones and shading now. It's makes it feel more alive to me, more fun to look at. Let's see. Getting a lot of good feedback that's really helpful when I post something where lots of people can see it, but I'm not sure how many pictures I'm going to be putting up for everyone to see before I start actually publishing them, because I don't have too much time to go through all the feedback and make it perfect again. I want to learn things, but I kind of don't want to learn what's wrong about it yet, because I'm kind of to the point of needing to be done with this first part. So even if it's not where I want it to be, it's going to be where I feel like it's close enough. And it's やっぱりか。やっぱりそういうモンスターのやつ。モンスターにもなってない。ああ、そういうやつね。Right. Thanks. The shading is, I'll give a heart there. So you know that I saw that. Yeah, shading. I like the shading the way it is anyway. So if it doesn't look good to someone, I'm sorry. But I like it. And that's but yeah, I've gotten a lot of help. In the last little while, I haven't actually gotten very much feedback, I think, because everyone's been busy. There's one thing that's keeping people busy I know about is related to this book. What people might be busy about is on the feedback group. I actually have a PDF of the current, most recent version of the text that has all the older versions of the pictures in there, but that's up on the test group. So anyone who is interested in this book and has time to give feedback might actually be trying to get better feedback for me by reading the book. So I don't know, but I've been going through a bunch of these pictures, and I haven't heard anything about how they are really much. But I'm thinking they're looking a lot better than they were before. So I'm guessing that's what the verdict will be. Hopefully, I won't be able to update them again from the start. There's just too many illustrations in part one. if I can learn more about what to do next time around, though, that's always good. So, but once I have this as a product that anyone can look at least I can kind of grab from more sources of feedback about what people thought of the book rather than what people think of the book that's not done yet. So, yeah, having something out there is going to be my next big focus. I have puzzles out, and I'm making this robe that he's wearing. That's going to be a new one of the new items available. I can't make it a robe, but I'm going to make a t-shirt hoodie design for everything. He has a hood on there, so Angelica's hoodie that she gets in a little bit further in this book is already a product that I made, so that's also available on Zazzle. So yeah, all these Magi hoodies I'm gonna make products out of those. So if anyone's interested in, I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but it's not like anyone has to worry about buying it if they don't want it. So, and it's not much of an investment other than making the illustrations for that. So, nothing to lose, right? About making some cool stuff for the book. There's a lot of stuff that I'm thinking of making, but I don't know if I'll have time to make. But if anyone has something that they want me to make out of those products there, let me know. I'll think about it. There we go. I'm using this bristle brush. There's several bristle brushes, but this bristle brush is what I've been using recently for fur. Because if I wanted to draw every single line for the fur and make it look like this, it'd just take way too long. I've done that for a couple of the illustrations, but for the entire book, there's just too many of the illustrations to actually do all that. There. Out with the old, in with the new. So what Magus Alban is actually doing here is he's trying to direct her, Angelica Cherryfur, in shrinking the tree that she made, which I just finished the tree. I'm actually going to load that up so that everyone can see that. It's not just a tree that she made, but she used the first most basic life spell. Okay, there we go. So she used the life spell to summon life. It's basically this. It's called Anima Invocatum. It summons an image of life from your mind into the physical world that you can cancel and desummon basically once you're done with it. But this is her first try at the spell. This is her very first try at using magic, and it gives a really big reaction. And here's that same tree shrunk down into basically nothing. There's something funny about this. Let's see. Yeah, what he's doing there is he's guiding her in canceling the spell. And that's what she's doing over there with her hands, with her eyes closed. She's imagining it away, basically. So this is, like, I probably mentioned this somewhere. This is the 4th chapter of the book. Angelica is on a journey to travel around the world in order to gain the right to the throne of Agrifolia, which is her home kingdom. She's somewhere along the way in chapter 3, actually near the end of chapter 2. Let me check. I have to look at that, actually. I think it's the end of chapter 2. Yeah, in the end of chapter 2, she gets invited to go to the desert, and in the desert, chapter 3, she goes to the desert, and she goes into some ruins, and she touches an artifact. The artifact has the ability to awaken the magical powers that rest inside of whoever touches it, basically. That's not the traditional way of awakening magic in someone in this story, but there's a civilization that used to exist that used that artifact to awaken people, regardless of whether they are ready or not. And Angelica wasn't necessarily ready to be awakened, but when she was awakened, I hope I'm not giving too much of a back spoiler, but when she was awakened, it became important for the magi of the secret guild to contact her and to teach her to use her magic properly so that she doesn't mess everything up. Because it could be dangerous to have someone suddenly using magic when they don't know about it. Because she's awakened without her knowing of the awakening itself. But yeah, that's not actually the awakening in and of itself is not actually, at least by my design, it's not a big important part of the plot, although it is kind of a plot device. But it is it's what kind of connects some of the chapters anyway, and it's important later on that she has magic. There's several instances, many instances where she uses magic. So having some part of the story where she gets awakened was important to me, and how I did it was, I don't know if it's unique or not, but it was completely something that popped out of my head. So I don't know. It's probably been used before, but it's my interesting idea, take on magic. Let's see if there's comments. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. What's the green on the air? I haven't looked at comments for a while. I think I missed some. I'm gonna look. I don't know if I can actually scroll up. Oh, geez. I'm sorry if I missed anything. Yeah, it won't let me scroll up. I don't have a mouse. The green on the air is, it's kind of the same thing about the eye here. With Magus Alden, he has the flower in his eye. He has some leafy design on here. His aura actually creates plant life around him, but right now he's not emanating an aura because he's more concerned about teaching rather than showing off, basically. But the little tree that I've painted in here, there's still some kind of strange spots around it that I need to fix. But yeah, this little tree, it's almost done. There we go. Angelica's arm looks exceedingly long. That's a problem. I think I saw that as a problem before when I made this originally, but I'm not sure if I was ever ready to fix the problem. Let's see. If I move her hand like that, it gets to an anatomically correct position, but it kind of leaves me wanting with the other arm. But I think I'm going to do that for now and work from there. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so there we go. By the way, there aren't more comments above like you were wondering. Okay. Thanks for the checkup. That's awesome. Now I know that I don't have to worry about missing something. Although I don't know how it looks like on the stream, but for me, I can only see GIMP. I can only see GIMP and the work on this book right now. If I check back every once in a while on this Facebook tab to see if anything's changed with the comments or with who's joined and anything like that. It says that someone has joined. Amia Elabanopki, one of my good fans. I think I said your name right. I'm not sure. I don't know if you're one of the two people who's listed as watching right now, but said that you joined and that you left a comment. So thank you. I have a whole bunch of names of people that I just don't know how to pronounce. Sorry if I butcher anybody's names. Let's see. Here. Looking kind of choppy in here. I want to fix the lines on that. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's see. There we go. For a little bit of light onto her tail. And I'm feeling a little bit closer to being done with this one, but I'm not done yet. There's several things that need to happen still. Need to generally light up the entire picture. And I need to add a little bit more detail into some of the colored areas. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Looking a lot better now, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. That's good. Okay, so where am I at? Putting a little bit of pink into her tail instead of the dark red that we have there, to get a little bit more light and a little bit more color, and still darken it down a little bit because pink is darker than red. And I'll put a little bit more red over the pink because it's a little too pink now, but it looks. There we go. Normalize it a little bit. As okay. There we go. Oh geez, there's a couple spots to fix on her face. I can't make everything perfect. I wish I could. Perfect is a huge pinnacle that I'll never be able to reach, but I want to perfect a little things, or at least improve a few things as much as I can. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Too much black here. Way too much black. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. Her hat needs to be fixed a little bit. Not hat, her bandana. Let's see. Okay, I was concentrating a little bit without saying anything, sorry. Normalize the colors a little bit more there again, and fix this, make it a little bit more blue. Fix that color here, fix that color there. Pretty soon, I'm gonna be able to glue in that part of the bandana here. Okay. Let's see. Her fingernails fingernails seem kind of strange. Finger line there is too colored. Geez, it takes a lot longer than I would expect, huh? Make sure it looks really nice. Need some more lighter fur around her hands, because let's see. Let's see. This is going to be hard to fix because there's too much blackness right here on her fingers. There we go. That looks a little better. There we go. There we go. Okay. Redraw the claws that are missing. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to add another layer here of light. I'm going to change the color of the layer a little bit. This there's the grass that I redrew over around Alden is too bright in comparison with the other grass. I'm going to change the light on that area to match it out a little bit. It's not perfect, but that's going to be interesting. There we go. That kind of looks like I have the same color, although it's not the same color. It's not exactly the same. It's a lot closer though. There we go. That's better. Now it almost looks like I didn't do anything wrong there. Okay, there's a little green spot still on her neck. Oh, thanks for joining, Annie. I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing any more comments. There we go. I'm going back. There's a green spot on her neck. This spot here. That's not actually on her neck, but oh, here. Okay, I got it. Okay, thanks, Greg. Helpful. I don't actually want this line here. So I'm going to fix that. Okay. This spot looks a little odd, but I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to add another layer of light because this is actually pretty dark. the layer of light is a little too white, so I'm going to darken that with a little bit of color. There we go. That's almost the right color. And then I'm going to put a little bit of hard light in. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it as hard light, but we'll find out. I'm going to put a little bit of God rays in. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure if that fits in with the way I want this picture to look. We'll find out. No, actually that's not too bad. It's not always what I want it to look like, but we'll see. That looks a lot better. Okay, so okay. Oh, what program is this? Oh, hi Annie. I can't see the comments above if there are any more comments, but it says I turned on that thingy. What program is this? This is GIMP. I'm making my book and the pictures for the book in GIMP. Signature. Thanks to Race. I like the Race too. They're not perfect, but they kind of help me do what I want to do with the lighting. I've been using GIMP because it's well, I don't have the money for Photoshop, and I don't know all of the alternative programs, but so far I've been able to learn to use GIMP the way I want it to look. I have that saved, but I just realized there's a couple spots to change. Okay, let's see. That's a little crazy. Gotta fix that. There we go. Couple crazy spots need to be fixed. There we go. One over here, one over there. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to export it. I don't know if it shows me exporting it. I'm exporting it as a JPEG. And yeah, GIMP is free. It's right now. This is GIMP 2.8. They have a beta version of 2.9 out, and I think they're working on making GIMP 3.0 pretty soon. That's still going to be free as far as I know. This is taking a long time. Oh, I see. Export image. Yes, I want to export it as 100%. It gives me the option to upload the image in the low quality format, and I don't want to do that. So, or to save the image as a low quality. Okay, so now she's done with that. I'm going to open the next illustration, which hopefully won't have as much reworking in it. I have a mouse right now, so it's not working out exactly the way I want it to. This is illustration 84 now, and Magus Alden Liftdagger brings Angelica Cherryfur to meet. What did I name this guy? I have to check that actually. I have the name right here. If I can scroll down. There we go. There's so many things that I need to remember about with this book. Oh, that's I'm not scrolling to the right place. Okay. Oh yeah. Why? How did I forget that? So, Vinda Gamal. Angelica Cherryfur meeting Vinda Gamal is kind of not necessarily a super big thing, but it's why is my keyboard telling me Windows wants to open? No, I did not press the Windows key. Okay, so she's going through her tests of magic here. The previous illustration, she was just getting done with her test in using life magic, and now she's meeting the Magus of Wind. Vinda is going to teach her how to use his most basic wind spell. And somehow this the fur on this tail, even though I painted it in really nicely, it got messed up. So part of this update here is going to be, oh, I see what's wrong. Okay. No. Can I make a new layer without right-clicking? Let's see. Layer. Image layer. New from visible. There we go. Yeah, so one of these layers, when I added it before, it messed up the original work that I had done with this. So there's a kind of a problem I need to figure out with this. How's it going? You have to go. Okay. Thanks, Annie. Thank you, Annie. I'll send you. So Vinda Gamal is he's the Magi of light of wind, yeah, and so he's going to teach her how to use the wind cutting spell. Let's see, what's it called? Severokali. Severokali. That's basically means sever air. So you can sever air with the wind spell that he's going to teach her, and that'll happen in the next couple pages. I'm not sure how to notify. I got a comment. Yeah, I want to be notified next time you do this, is what Annie said, and that's really I'm really thankful for that. I don't know how to do it though. I have this kind of a spontaneous timing when I live stream, because I don't really know when I'm going to be able to do it. I'm always working on these pictures. When I can live stream, it's a little different. Although I want to keep people up to date. The book itself will probably be available to read in April. Available to read, that is available to buy. Right now it's available to read in its current format on the test server, but it's not in its super high quality yet. In the PDF, it's the older versions of the illustrations, and the quality of the illustrations isn't where it is right now. Also, in the PDF, there's a lot of editing that probably needs to happen, and I've still I haven't had enough time to do that yet. I have a lot of work to do with this, with the illustrations and everything. But I will try to get it as good as possible by the time the book is ready to be out. You can click to be notified. That's cool. So, thanks, Greg. I don't know how to notify, but clicking to be notified is good. I think I can invite people. I don't know if anyone will actually stay. But I think to invite people, yeah, there's the invite button. I'll invite, Archimedes was here a second ago, so I don't know if he wants to be invited again. I'll just invite some people. I don't want to leave anybody. I mean, there's some people that won't be getting invites, but it's because I don't know if they want to be invited. And I'm just going to skip over some people just randomly because I have to get back to editing and working on this. But yeah, done. Okay. So I can't invite my entire friends list. It doesn't even let me. If it did, that'd be awesome. But it'd be cool if I just invite all of your friends to watch. That's a cool button. Why don't we give me one of those? Yeah, so let's see. There we go. So this, I don't know what happened with the lines here because everything was all perfect with his fur. It looked like good fur, and then suddenly it got all muddy and backwards. So I have to fix all of that. But at least now I get to kind of paint and make it a little bit lighter. It won't be perfect, but oh well. Yeah, Vendigamal. I'm gonna see. There's a couple spots that I just need to fix, but I'm gonna have to work on other parts of the drawing soon. Of the picture, that is. He doesn't need these lines here on his face. They're just unnecessary right here in the middle. There we go. Okay. Lighter color looks good. Thanks. So I'm not sure how often I'll be able to live stream, like I said earlier, but when it happens, it's been pretty fun because I can do exactly what I'm always doing, but then I have a little bit better of an idea that someone might actually be watching. But I know everyone's busy, so whoever come and leaving, I'm not gonna assume that they're bored or something. I just know that when I see a live stream, I usually want to come back and look at it later instead of right when it's live. But yeah, if there's anyone who's there that wants to interact while I'm live streaming, if they have comments that they want me to respond to directly, that's the best time to do it. Although I can't always be staring at the chat window, I have to keep working on in here on GIMP. But yeah, let's see. Vinda Gamal, he's He's looking a little better now. His nose looks a little funky, so let's fix that. Let's do his nose. Give him a nose job, right? All right, let's see. That doesn't look perfect, but whatever, right? Let's see. Thanks for the comment, Greg. I'm gonna look at that right now. The eyes. Not sure if they look cool. Okay, let's see. I don't know if they'll look cool in the end. Let's see. There's a little bit of eyebrow stuff that I want to do first. Okay, and let's see. This eyebrows, the eyes themselves. Yeah, there's not enough color in them, first of all, and there's also too much color in them, which is kind of confusing to say, but what I mean by that is basically they don't have as much black and reflection as they need, but they also don't, the tornadoes don't look just right yet with the light itself. And that's going to be kind of hard to perfect. But there we go. There we go. Okay. I think the eyes look cool as they are. Okay, I think I read it wrong. Okay. For some reason, when I read the comment, I read it as they don't look cool. I'm not sure if you were planning on changing them though, but that's not what it said. So that's funny. I might change them a little bit, but not too much. There we go. I'm kind of careful on how that is. There we go. This one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. Okay. Angelica doesn't. It's funny because these other people have multi-tone tails, but it took me a long time to decide to give Angelica a multi-tone tail because, well, she's supposed to be red, and I didn't feel like orange and pink were red enough to be on her, but I think just a little bit of orange is not actually too bad. It actually looks much better. So I've been having to add all that different colors that are not just in the red area as I go along updating these. Little choices, huh? Not sure if the red under the eyes is good to compared to before. Let's have to look at that again. I could revisit that a little bit more. It's not. It can't be perfect, but I can try to make it better. Let's see. see, there was supposed to be green here. Missing out. Because there was too much. There's too much black here, and originally the way I was working with it is that I wasn't painting over anything, so if there was too much black, that's how it was going to stay. So adding in these little extra details is actually kind of interesting. I could realize that I'm missing out on a whole bunch of colors that I was planning on putting there. Okay. Okay, so there's too much too thick here. That's probably a problem. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if that looks better. Who knows? That's strange. I'm gonna put a little bit of blue in these rocks before I forget. Not that blue. Okay, so last time we went through a live stream, in the amount of time I spent on the live stream, I was able to get several illustrations done. This time, I haven't gotten anywhere near as fast, but made some good progress anyway. Pretty soon, I'm going to need to wrap things up. But I hope to be doing another live stream really soon. Maybe even this week. Who knows? But if anyone's interested in seeing this one after they see the next one after seeing this one, or if they're interested in sharing or talking about it, anything, have any comment, questions, I'm super open for questions and comments. It's just that with this current book, I can't really do so much revision. Because I mean, there's a lot of things I need to revise still, but I need to get this thing out, and I have a deadline imposed on me. So even if it can't be perfect, sometimes when I need to stop working on some of the details. But yeah, if there's anything that seems like it needs to be fixed, and it's like a big glaring problem, then let me know. If there's anything that seems like it needs to be fixed and it's not a problem, and I still can't fix it, it would be nice to know about it so that I could know about how to fix things later anyway in the next book or in the next volume or part. So I'm super open to feedback. We have a test and feedback group that I made that anyone can join, where you can see all of my work for these books and stuff. And yeah, anyone can join. I'm super open to feedback there. You can see all of the ones I finished, all the ones that I'm working on. There's a lot of artwork from upcoming parts that haven't really gotten polished yet. But yeah, you can see just everything that's coming up that I have any work done on there. It would be wonderful to get more members, but I know everyone's busy and I can't really expect too much from anyone because I don't have the funding that I need to actually pay anyone for anything. So if anyone's just interested in seeing and talking about it or asking questions about it, whatever you feel should be done, come, take it out. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this picture just yet. It feels like there's a couple things that should be done. But I don't know if I'll be able to make it as perfect as I want it to get. Let's see. With Puzzle thing, now as of right now, there are 36 of the puzzles up, of the illustrations up, available as puzzles, and more will be coming soon once I have the time to put them up. Can't stress enough, if anyone's interested in the book and they want to get a copy when it's out, let me know. It'll probably be first available on Amazon. I'll make sure that everyone can find the link. I want to get some better versions out when I can than the one that's going to go up on Amazon. But what's going to probably come out at the beginning is part 1 in 8.5 by 11 with bleed format. The bleed is going to hopefully not cut off any of these illustrations because I have a background image that's there to have something to bleed to the edge and not really mess up the illustrations. But we'll see what it looks like when I get the proof copy, which I haven't ordered yet because I need the ISBN numbers first. But yeah, there we go. It's it'll never be perfect. What is missing right now? I have to look at a couple things. More things that it looks like I can fix right now. Her skirt should have a little bit more color variation. Thanks. A little more color variation. Okay, cherries could be a little brighter. They look a little, the black gets a little muddy when I do that because I'm not zooming in enough. But yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about that right now, though. That's strange. I wanted to put more color variation on here. It's not doing the things the way I was imagining them. There we go. That's kind of looking how I wanted it. Finally got the color I was trying to put there. And then I put a little bit of light there to make it a little lighter. Okay, so with the color blending that happens here, is it's not perfect, but most of it's my fault. But what happens is when I try to color blend something, when I try to color in something, it decides that there's a maximum amount of change that you can make in the same value or the same tone. I can't really remember before it just stops changing things, and you have to change up the tones and the values and everything before it starts changing things again. So At least that's my understanding of how things are working. If I want to make it really different, I need to choose a completely different color. Otherwise, I'm not going to see much difference when I'm painting on there. So it took a while to get the kind of reddish pink that I wanted up here. Color grabbing, choosing from the color wheel and everything. There we go. That's not perfect. I need to fix a little bit of the cherry's blackness here. It's a little muddy because it got painted over. Okay, but let's see. Well, that's funny. That's not black anymore. This color grabbed the wrong color, so I'm coloring in with the wrong color there. Okay, it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to have to deal with not perfect. And it makes me sad. But I want to make it good, not even if it's not perfect. So I don't want to tell a bunch of people that I'm making a book for them to read and then give them something that's not good. So I'll make it as good as I can make it, right? The time that I have, anyway. I don't have as much time as I want, which is one constraint, kind of stressful. But yeah. A whole bunch of people that I know want more time to work on their art. And I'm one of them. But I have a lot more time than some people have, so I guess I'm lucky there. And now we're pretty much done with the painting part of this. Put a couple filters on there. We might not need a couple. That looks pretty nice as it is. Okay. I don't even need to edit the colors. That's exactly how I want it to look. Although, no, it's not exactly how I want it to look. It's the right color, and I don't need to edit the actual color, but I need to put in just a couple more shadows because I kind of forgot about them. Let's see. No, not that layer. This one. Okay. There we go. No, that's too dark. No, it's too bright. Not too bright. That's okay. That's not exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to mix that with this color. And I'll put a little bit of reflected light on the front side of that. Put a little bit of more brighter spots here. And I'm going to call it good, even though it might not be perfect. Okay, thanks for joining. I'm going to get going. Shutting out.